Hello, friends. Today we're doing a reading where we're talking about what new opportunities are coming your way with the new moon. It's a timeless reading, but obviously I'm doing it for this coming new moon of December. But again, if you're watching it at some other time, it will apply. And so we have 3 cards for you to pick from, and that will lead you to the appropriate reading for you. This is for you to pick with your intuition, of course. And we have the Fool over here with Rosemary. And then we have the World with Thyme. This is an interesting thyme. It's from my, where am I? Here. This thyme is from my garden, actually. It's natural to where I live. And then we have Sage. Okay, so Rosemary goes with the Fool, Thyme with the World, and Sage goes with Judgment. So please choose whichever reading you think is right for you. And if you feel that it should be more than one of the cards are attracting you, well then please go ahead with it. Sorry if I'm a little bit rambly today, a little tired, so forgive me if I repeat myself. Okay, so I'll see you at the readings. Take care. Hello, Rosemary pile. As I mentioned in the reading, in the introduction, we are going to do a reading for the new moon. We want to see what opportunities are coming your way. And you know what? I'm going to tilt this a little bit so you can see me doing the cards. We want to see what opportunities are coming your way with the new moon and what they might lead to. Okay, so let's get you spirit animal. Here we go. Spirit animal. And now let's take a look at your tarot cards. Okay, these want to come out. So does this one. 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So let's begin this way. First, let's take a look at your tea leaves. So you have the bouquet. We're going to move this over. This is for clarification later. I'll put that there. Move this out of the way. There we go. Okay. So we have the bouquet, which is compliments from an admirer. We have woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. We have ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. And we have kite, vacation. Oh, that's fun. All right, and then for your spirit animal, we have the armadillo spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Okay, interesting. Let's put him here. Armadillo. And now let's take a look at your tarot. So we have the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so let's begin. Your initial card is the Fool, and with Rosemary. So the Fool generally talks about jumping into something, having faith, making sure that you sort of have that Aries energy, that need to start something completely new. It's also generally the ultimate card for new beginnings. Okay. And then we have our Modillo spirit saying that you need to set healthy boundaries. Okay. So that's part of it. Then we have here, somebody giving you compliments, a woman with a woman in your life, which may or may not be this stubborn, aggressive person that you have to set boundaries for. But let's continue and we'll see if it clarifies. And then we have kite for a vacation. Okay, so you might be taking a vacation away from this stubborn, aggressive woman whom you have to set healthy boundaries with, and you might be just jumping into a vacation. But that's the first thing I can think of, but let's keep going, and I'm sure the cards will make it much clearer. So, in the foundation of the issue, we have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is wise with his money and his resources. He knows how to get things done. He's like the baby emperor of the deck, and he is generally in control to some degree, and certainly of himself and his resources. The Nine of Wands is somebody who is very tired, working really hard at something, is sort of at it's like the last push, but is not giving up, is still hanging in there, okay? And that would be the heart of the matter. So I have here, the spread that I'm doing is the foundation, the heart, the past, the present, the future, and advice, okay? Now, it's interesting that advice has this Ace of Wands with the bunny leaping, clearly taking a leap of faith as well, very similar to your Fool card that you selected. So something is going to require you to take a leap of faith, but let's keep going. So the Queen of Swords is very mental, is very structured, is organized, and very focused on sort of putting order, if you will. And that's coming up in your past. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which has to do with options. You have a lot of options, but you're not 100% sure what to choose. You're not exactly 100% sure which direction to lead into. And it's also a very creative card. And then finally, you have your Two of Wands, which again has to do with choices and deciding sort of which way to go. In this particular case, especially, what do I want to explore? Where do I want to go? Okay. So in general, what's coming here to me is that this is an opportunity for a new beginning involving a vacation, involving moving away from some kind of influence that is bringing you down a little bit, okay? That is not helping you, despite the fact that you're getting compliments from admirers, is not really giving you a positive feeling, right? And that you need to set boundaries with. So you're tired. You don't want to give up this relationship, it seems, but and you are in control of yourself and your resources, but you want to be more so, right? You want to have peace in your life. And so you need to make a choice as to how to move forward. In the past, you tried to control it and structure it. It doesn't seem like it's worked. But let's be sure. Let's take a look at the clarifiers and see what they tell us, okay? Here we have the High Priestess. Okay, this one wanted to come out, but I'm not sure if it's related to the foundation. So yeah, it probably is because it came off the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have the High Priestess related to the foundation. We have the King of Cups associated to the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands associated to the Queen of Swords. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is all jumping out a lot. and all related to this one, but I don't think we can do that. So let's start with this. The Queen of Swords, oh my goodness, the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands have both come out consistently. So let's take this top one here to be the Ace of Wands, related to the Two of Wands, but it's also the same as here. You're getting a lot of repeats, and you get the King of Pentacles. We'll keep these other ones for if we need more clarification or we have another question. Okay, so clearly, there's been some kind of secrets that you're keeping, probably so that this person won't be dumping some negative on you. And you've been really trying to control it, but it's exhausting you. It's really tiring you out. However, you know, you have been controlling your emotions in relation to this. You've been trying really hard to use your intuition to find the right way through to this person, to set the boundaries in a way that's not painful to them. But it looks to me like you're going to have to take control in a different way. Okay, so sometimes all it takes is setting a boundary and then walking away. Setting a boundary, going on vacation, setting a boundary, not speaking about it anymore, right? Not engaging with the behavior anymore. So it's possible that if you do this, at least that's what the cards are saying, you'll be able to regain control. So here, taking this leap of faith and going away, moving somewhere fun with the new moon may give you back your control by the full moon that follows, okay? For making your decision, I guess you're between two things. You can't decide, or you weren't clear on what to decide. Well, it's clearly pointing you. Look at them. It's pointing directly at the Ace of Wands. So take that leap. Make that choice for yourself. Give yourself a chance. Okay? So let's see. I suppose we want to see who this person is, this woman who is being difficult. You probably already know, but maybe not. So let's try to ask that if we're allowed to know. Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Empress. Oh boy. And then we have also the King of Wands. This, which is not really a card, but often implies to me that we need to pay extra attention to this card. Okay. And the Two of Cups. Okay. I hate to say this, but it seems like this might be a mother figure. Somebody who you wanted to be in relationship, you want to be in relationship with, you have to be in relationship with, and you want it to be a good relationship. You want it to be a collaborative, celebratory relationship. Plus Christmas is coming, right? So you want to be able to celebrate, you want to be able to have fun, you want to be happy with that person, okay? You do not want to have to get into an argument with that. You really feel that there's a lot of love there, but there's, on the other hand, a lot of stubbornness and a little bit of aggressiveness and a lot of trying to take control, which is sometimes normal between a parent and a child, even when you're an adult. So, again, the question is, why is this? The question was, who was it? And that's what it's giving me right now. It's either a mother or a father or a representative of that, somebody who is like a mother or father figure in your life, okay? And so obviously with the holidays coming up, you want to make sure that everything goes well, not just for Thanksgiving, but also for, Christmas and New Year and so on. And so the idea is take the holiday take the vacation before the holidays. Yes, sorry if you can hear that. It's my cat. She is demanding something. What are you demanding, sweetie? Here you go. Come here. Take a look at these cards. Tell me something. Tell me something. That's the important one? Okay. All right. Thank you. So, sorry. So basically, that's what the cards are saying, that you need to give yourself a chance by taking, okay, sweetie, that's enough, by taking some time off. And before you take that time off, making very kindly, making clear that exactly what it is that you want, that you love this person, that you want to have happy holidays, that you hope that they can maybe hold off on trying to control you and your feelings, because that way everything can go smoother, and that you're going to take a little time off yourself and come back regenerated, so that will be easier. So that is what the cards are saying to me. I hope it works out really well for you, and I hope this resonated. If it did, I would love it if you would put a like in there or subscribe for my next reading. And I wish you the most wonderful holidays, and I will be back with the next moon cycle, the next full moon, I guess. But again, this is a timeless reading, so if you're seeing it later, don't worry. Just if I'm talking about the new moon, we're talking about the next new moon, and that's good enough. Okay? All right, take very good care of yourself and enjoy. Hello, hello, World Card and Thyme. Welcome to your reading. Wow, the cards just wanted to come out. I wasn't even ready to take these out yet, but I'll put them aside and we will look at them in a minute. So today we're talking about what new opportunity is coming into your life and what is the advice for you. We're talking about the new moon, but this is a timeless reading, so if you're seeing it at another time, that's okay. It still counts, and just consider it for the next new moon, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's start with your tea leaves. You have dogs getting together with friends. That sounds like fun. March, the month of March. You have broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. And you'll be receiving a precious gift. Now that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so we also have the peacock spirit. And the peacock spirit says, let it shine. Okay, that's really great. And then you have the world over here, which is your initial card. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at your cards. Your first card is the foundation, represents the foundation of your reading. The next card, which I'm going to take from the middle, represents the heart of your reading. Okay, it's already becoming quite clear. Then we have the past, the present, the future, and the advice. Okay, very good. So, already from the top, you can see that you're getting together with friends. There's a precious gift, the world, probably traveling or else dealing with people from different countries. We have the peacock spirit, let it shine. This whole thing gives the impression of holidays, right? Holidays and parties and relationships and fun, okay? The foundation of your reading is talking about being peaceful, being at rest, maybe taking some time off. And then the heart of your reading says, I don't know, will there be conflict? Will there be competition? Will there be arguments? Okay, well, that's what always comes up when you're thinking about family gatherings, right? There's really good stuff, and then there's especially if you have siblings. So, in the past, you feel like the holidays or this was very calm and pleasant, and you have these really good memories. But remember that memories are variable, right? We like to forget bad memories and we like to remember all the good stuff, especially when it's little, right? Not when they're giant bad memories. Thank God there aren't any of those in this reading. But when you have like nitpicky stuff, it's rare that we'll remember it in the future, right? We remember all the good moments. And then you have your Six of Pentacles, which is got to do with sharing and giving gifts and being generous. Your Four of Wands, which again has to do with resting and being comfortable and stable and at home and in family, right? And especially this one, like this turtle is just chilling out with his soda, laying back and just enjoying. And look at all those sparkles and stars, definitely celebratory. And so then you have your advice, and your advice probably is referring to your worry about competition and argument and possibly parting of the ways with someone or something. And, the advice is just, work together, play well with others, teamwork, right? All right, well, that's what it's sounding like at the moment. Now, this one's come out from the bottom of the deck, so that's going to be the clarifier for the foundation. And we have death. Oh, wow, transformation. Okay, then let's take something from the middle here for the heart of the reading. And we've got the Knave of Cups. Okay, do you have two siblings? I don't know. Are there three in your family? Interesting. All right, and now let's let them jump out for the rest. So we have the past, Three of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles for the Six of Pentacles, the Devil for the Four of Wands, and the Tower for the Three of Pentacles. Goodness, that's really intense, isn't it? Okay, well, we will take a look further in a minute, but at the moment, let's see what this means. So there's three people who may be getting grumpy with each other, three young people, okay? I don't know if you're young and it's your siblings or if it's your children or what it might be, okay? And so in the past, apparently, there was getting along, there was teamwork, right? But now it looks like, there's the need to start over, right? There's not been a lot of generosity, which is what you're looking for. There has been some, but there needs to be a new beginning with this. Okay, I'll try and clarify that a little more. The Four of Wands has to do with chilling out, right? In this particular case, and being in family and being lazy, I guess. Look, this one really gives me the impression of being lazy. So that's one of the challenges. that you might be dealing with during this season is that some people choose to just chill out and be lazy, while other people are trying to carry all of the work, right? The tower, dealing with everything, because celebrations are important and they're fun and they're wonderful. But when you're the only one being the host and trying to put it all together, they can be a little intense and a little exhausting, right? So, what you're looking for is peace and transformation. So, a different way of approaching this holiday. Maybe the last holiday was a little intense, and you would like this one to be peaceful. Peaceful. Four of Swords. However, you don't want to have to take care of these three young people like they were children, which they were in the past, but they're not anymore. They're young, but they're not that young. And so you would like them to step up a little bit, step up and contribute, whether it be financially, whether it be in terms of assistance, probably more in terms of the practical things. You want a new beginning with that, and to avoid this situation. But this situation looks like it's the likely result unless you take the step that they are suggesting. So what is this? This is teamwork. But in this particular case, you have three people, three doggies in this case, working together, celebrating, feeling top of the world, okay? So maybe what is being suggested is break the pattern. So the tower has to do with breaking patterns, right? Being wise. And you can break the pattern by making these three people responsible for a positive feast and giving them their, I won't say marching orders, but giving it to them, trusting them to do it well, and having them work together, and you sort of step a little bit outside of that. Do not try to control them. Just see what happens. I know it's hard when you want to, you're hosting a celebration and you want it to come out perfectly. But actually, by trying to take over, you're going to recreate the recurrence of this situation where there's been, three people hanging out or four people hanging out doing nothing. And then, you're basically taking over everything, right? So you want this to be a great result. Maybe people are traveling in, so you don't want to put them to work right away. But you want it to be a great result. And maybe March is not really referring to necessarily the spring, but to putting them to work together, right? To work together. And then you can get together with friends while they're doing that and putting it together. You can enjoy the company of friends, and that would be a precious gift for you, right? There would be a parting of the ways, but not necessarily in a bad way, as in breaking a relationship, but a parting of the ways in that the ways are going to change, right? The way that you celebrate are going to change. And if this goes very well, that may be the future for you. And you will be relieved because you will have A, avoided the arguments, and B, you will have given them a great gift to learn how to do this. They will all feel on top of the world because they'll do a great job. And you will finally be able to rest and transform this experience that has been you always taking care of everything and not being able to enjoy so much as a hostess, and them chilling out. And it's going to transform it, turn it around so that they're going to be working. It doesn't mean that you won't help if they need you, but certainly if there's three of them, they're each going to have less to do than you had to do on your own. And you are going to have more time to spend with those who are coming to your home and your friends and the people that you want to spend time with during the holidays. Them too, right? And you'll be receiving it as a gift. That's important, to acknowledge it as a gift, to present it as, please do me this favor. This will be my gift, right? This will be my gift for the holidays. So let's see if the cards, already I have 2 that are jumping out, have anything more to advise. 2 more. Okay, they're just floating out there. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Very nice. The Chariot. The Fool. And the Hermit. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so here's the thing. You're the Queen of Pentacles, right? Whether you're male or female, you're the one who's always been the generous one, the one creating this comforting environment, this home that makes everybody happy and cozy, right? And you're going to change that. You're going to take action. The Chariot is moving forward in alignment with your emotions and with your mind. So this is Unicorn in this case. You're going to take a completely new action, an action that nobody expects. You take a leap of faith. This is the advice. Take a leap of faith, but at the same time, show them the light, right? The guiding light, so that you're not just dumping them into this with absolutely no guidance whatsoever. So think about how you could do that in a way that would be well received. And let's see if there's anything else. No. Let's see, anything else? Whoa, okay. Here we go. The World again. The 2 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Wands. Okay. This is a choice for you to make, obviously. Only you can make this choice. You also got the Moon. You can do this. You can make it work, and make it work beautifully, with imagination, with fun, with beauty, right? It's a choice that you need to make. Perhaps what you need to do is travel a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but we've gotten the World 2 times. So it could be travel, or it could be, yes, okay. Seems it's travel, and it will give you a great pleasure. So perhaps what you need to do is take a trip right before the holidays. Suggest it to these young people that you really need it. You're going to go away. You're going to take a little retreat before the holidays, and you would like them to assist you during the holidays so that everything will be beautiful for everyone. And so you can give them guidance and tell them, your thoughts and etc. But it doesn't seem like they're going to resist, too much. There may be a little resistance, but not too much. So it's just habit that you're breaking. It's a habit that you're breaking. So there you go. That's what the cards are saying. That's your new beginning for this moon. And I hope everything goes extremely well and you are able to truly enjoy wonderful holidays. And I look forward to seeing you at the next reading. And if you liked this reading and it resonated, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe so that you will see my future readings as well. Thank you, World and Thyme. Oh, look, haha, thyme, the herb thyme. It smells delightful, but it's also called thyme. Like that's what you're trying to get. You're trying to get some time to yourself during the holidays. So there you go. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello. How are you? Judgment card and Sage pile. There's a blue one there. Okay. You have we're doing a reading, today to talk about what opportunities are coming your way, what to expect, and how to take advantage, right? Get some advice. And we're talking about this because it's the new moon coming up right now, the new moon of December. However, this is a timeless reading, so if you're listening to it at a different time, you can go ahead and just assume we're talking about the next new moon for you. Okay, this one jumped out, so we'll take it. And let's see, we'll get your tarot cards and then we'll get started. Okay, this one jumped out, this one too. We need 4 more. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see, is this 4 more? No, this is 3 more. So we'll take the last one off the bottom of the deck and I'll explain why in a minute. Okay, so your animal spirit is the dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Interesting. As you know, your herb is sage and your initial card is judgment. So this is in alignment, I think. Sage is the herb, but sage also means wise person. Okay. Also, sage is a purifying herb. So this will be quite interesting as a reading, I think. Probably the most interesting of the 3 rather. All right, so you first have a month, okay, the month of March. The last pile also got the month of March. Then you have a table, hard work ahead. Throne, position of authority. And vase, secret admirer. Interesting. Okay. And then now we'll start with the foundation card. The foundation is the 4 of Wands. Then we have the heart of the matter, the 2 of Wands. The past, 5 of Cups. The present, Temperance. Let's make it a little closer so that you can see it. The future, oh dear, Devil, and the advice, Death. Okay, and don't worry, death, as you know probably already, does not mean death, and devil does not mean devil. So don't worry, I'll explain them in a second. Okay, so looking at it from the beginning, we have truth transcends illusion, judgment, and sage. So clearly this is a rather deep reading where we're going to be talking about what is the truth. What is the truth? There's some illusion over there that needs to be dealt with. And the devil can often represent illusion, but it can also represent addiction and bad habits, etc. It ranges, right? So it all depends. Temperance has to do with being careful and being peaceful, but let's get started from the beginning. So, truth transcends illusion, judgment, and sage. Then we have, let's put aside for now the March. We have hard work ahead, position of authority, and secret admirer. Okay, so you currently have been in a position of authority where you're trying to move into a more peaceful place. You want to be a little more stable, a little more relaxed, a little more at peace, if you will, and enjoying life, right? Look at this one. He's totally enjoying life. But in your heart, you also are an explorer and you want to try new things and you want to move forward and you can't choose necessarily what thing you want to do. Everything looks beautiful to you and fun. Okay. In the past, however, you've had a disappointment. You've had a pretty bad disappointment. I don't know if it's got to do with work. I'm getting that feeling, but I'm not 100% sure. But it could have been a relationship that broke. But I think this is more likely something to do with something at work that really let you down. And then right now you've been really trying to get back your balance, right? You've been working very hard and now you're trying to get your balance back. But there's, in the future, the possibility that you'll fall right back into old habits, right? Right now, you're really trying to create balance, to create space for yourself, spaciousness and openness, so you can enjoy your life and do the things you like and play, if you will, as opposed to constantly being focused on either work or whatever that other difficult situation is that you have in front of you. But probably work because of this card. And yet, it's very hard to break the habit. I understand. It's also very hard when people are around you, admiring you for being in that position of authority. You have your identity tied into it. It makes it very difficult. But what the card is suggesting is something has to end in order for something new to begin. This card is the ultimate card of transformation, and it doesn't necessarily mean always talk about the external world. It can. It could mean you need to move into another role, or you need to leave your job, or whatever. But it can very well also mean what needs to end is your current way of thinking, of believing about who you are, and that you need to take a new path, a new direction, get to know yourself in a different way, get to love yourself in a different way. Okay, so let's see if the clarification cards can help us get a little more detail on what this is about. So let's see if anything jumps out. Here, this one's jumping out here, this one here, this one here. Let's see what else. Okay, yeah, gotcha. This one, this one. These are also jumping out, but there's many, so I'm going to put them aside for the next question, which there will be, I'm sure. So let's begin. The Four of Wands is, yes, definitely a work-related situation. This is the Eight of Pentacles, which is always about working hard, being an expert, being well known for what you do, but working very hard. The Knight of Swords is here. You're moving, you want to move fast. You want to move fast, but you have to make a decision first as to in what direction you want to move. The Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, you had a very strong disappointment in the past. I don't know if it was in this current job or another, but it's had quite a mark. It left you feeling out in the cold, both in relation to how people saw you, but also in relation to your finances. Perhaps you were laid off unexpectedly. Whatever the reason was, it's really had quite a strong impact. But you're trying, you're a little scared, but you're trying to create balance. You're worried about what the future will bring. But there's a new beginning coming your way, a new beginning. And it's as long as you change, again, remember we talked about changing habits, changing perspective. This is like a new paradigm, all right? A new paradigm will help you in the future in order to make this transformation. And the Eight of Swords often points to not knowing where you're going, which can be a bad thing. But perhaps in this case, what you're being asked is it such a bad thing? Are you able? There is a way out. With the Eight of Swords, there is always a way out. It's pretty obvious in other cards, not this one, but there's usually a woman surrounded by swords, and it looks like she doesn't know, but there's a gap in between the swords. She can definitely get out if she wants to, but she's not seeing it, right? And so the idea is perhaps it's good to get comfortable with not knowing and just let it sit for a little bit. It's uncomfortable, agreed. And it means a totally different way of thinking because you have been in a position of authority, working hard, very directed, and expert at what you do, right? Being admired. But this is sort of sitting in this unknown for a little bit and just paying attention to what's around you, because there is definitely a way out that maybe you're not seeing right now. So what is this way out? Let's ask that. Temperance again. The 9 of Pentacles, interesting. The 5 of Swords and Judgment again. Okay. You know, temperance is taking something, and it can be just being careful, being peaceful. Sometimes it means things are going to take a little time, more time than you would want, but it also represents changing one thing into another. If you look here, transforming a seal into a bird, right? It's got wings. It's taking one element and changing it into another element. And here we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is a wish fulfillment card. So we also have the 5 of Swords, which represents you won a battle, but it did not taste as good as you thought it would. It feels like it was all pointless, and you're sort of giving up on it. You know, you no longer like it. You no longer want to go in that direction. And then you have Judgment. And Judgment has to do both with using your judgment, your internal judgment. I'm not saying just your brain. I'm talking about your guidance, internal guidance, whether that be your intuition, but it can also be sort of guidance from the universe or from God or whatever you believe in, or guidance from your gut, right? There's a lot of different ways that people look for guidance inside, right? So the idea here is, if you are able to be peaceful with the current pause, right? It's like there's a pause right now. There's a pause and you're not quite sure where it's headed. But if you can find peace with that, and within that, find a way to enjoy it, right? Find a way to bring joy into that quiet, it's going to end up being a very positive thing for you. Now, 9 of Pentacles, my apologies. It is a wish fulfillment card, just like the 9 of Cups, but not exactly. So 9 of Pentacles has to do with being at peace and at home and feeling supported and abundant and well within your environment, okay? So this peace that you come across with this temperance and bringing joy into the quiet, that will bring you to a place where you're feeling very grounded, very abundant, very peaceful, okay? And so then all of a sudden, you're going to see that some of this, if you will, addiction to working too much, to all the attention, to the huge position of authority and the secret admirers and all of that work in one direction, is actually not serving you anymore. Maybe you have changed, but you never took the quiet time in order to feel it, feel into it, right? So you may find that the way that you were approaching life in the past, which eventually led to this disappointment needs to change. And you will use your judgment. You will find a way that will be, leading you out, leading you to a transformation, to something that you can alchemize from this situation. And you are not going to be missing out in terms of security or financial support, or even it looks like, there's nothing here indicating relationship problems or anything of the sort. It looks like you're simply not sure which direction to go in, and you're dying to pick a direction and just run for it ASAP, because that is how you've worked before, right? And that's what's worked for you before. But this reading is saying, take a moment to listen, to be quiet, to be peaceful, to be enjoying your life. And the truth will come through. You will transcend the illusion of you have to constantly go, go, go in order to succeed. You'll be able to see that actually there is another way. You will use your judgment and you'll find the way that works for you, not the way that everybody says it should be done, which you never know. The way that works for you may also be the way that is very consistent with what other people do, but it's unlikely. It's certainly not going to be consistent with what you've been doing so far. And it will be successful. It will be your way out, your transformation. Let's see if we can ask, what will be the resulting feeling? Of this. Yeah, it'll be the end of this feeling of not being sure, right? And it'll be almost like a remembered feeling, something from the past that was very positive, that's like that you're nostalgic about. You'll be jumping into something that will give you that feeling. And maybe this will happen in March. Maybe what you need to do is give yourself 3 months, 3 or 4 months to breathe, to relax, to sort of just pause. If you're still in the work, doing it at a slower pace, giving yourself space to just be. That's it. Time to just be, and to just allow whatever needs to come out to percolate in order for you to be able to pick a direction that will be in alignment with who you are today, and then move forward. I hope this is helpful. If it resonated, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you at the next reading. Take care.